Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and this video is super exciting because I went to the Hermes private sale. If you've been subscribed for a while, you'll know that I went to the Hermes public sale last year, and there was a huge difference in terms of my experience and my enjoyment. And that started from the very beginning. So I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to a fellow Hermes lover who reached out to me and asked if I had been invited. Even though I had shopped at Hermes this year, I was not invited to the sale. I'm not sure SAs have any influence over this. These invites get sent out by corporate. In any case, she offered to extend the invitation to me as her +1, and I happily and gratefully accepted. That was so nice and thoughtful. So thank you again. You're pretty private, so I don't think you want me shouting you out by name, but you are a real one. So the differences started at the very beginning. Last year, I waited online for 6 hours, and by the end, I was exhausted. So this year, I had an assigned time slot the first day of the sale. I walked right in there, no line, showed the QR code, showed my ID, checked my jacket, and went right up there. I think I said in last year's video that I don't think I could ever do that 6-hour plus wait again, and just being able to walk into this sale really solidified that point. And I think Hermes probably got complaints not just from customers, but also probably from surrounding businesses. The lines last year were blocking so many entrances. I was late due to a mix-up that we won't get into, so I didn't have the full hour-and-a-half shopping time, but I still managed to do some damage. Just like last year, no recording allowed. I didn't even try. As I said, I was already late, so wouldn't have had time for that anyway. I did manage to take a few pictures, which is what you're seeing now, but that's it. Now let's talk about selection. I would say that the selection for this year's private sale was on par with last year's public sale, and I was there on the first day of the sale, which tells me that the selection probably was not as good as the private sale last year, since by the time I got around to shopping last year, the private sale had already happened. However, if you were there for certain categories like me, then you were in luck. I was there for one reason and one reason only: neutral color, autumn, winter, ready to wear. I did pick up a couple of other things, but the ready to wear really was my priority. And I'm happy it was, because the shoe selection really wasn't that great. Unless you were interested in orans, which I wasn't, but that was completely fine because I didn't want any anyway, except to correct a mistake that I made last year, but we'll get into that later. And I do remember saying when I filmed my haul video at the beginning of the summer that I truly believe that fall winter is where Hermes ready to wear really shines. And if you're wondering why I'm so focused on ready to wear, it's really because that is an actual need that I have right now. It's a big deficit in my wardrobe. A few months ago, I gave away almost half of my clothes. These were items that I had from pre-childbirth. They were in a US size 0 or 2, and I was holding on to all of these items because they were such beautiful classic clothes, but they just don't fit anymore. And I'm now a US size 4, which I believe is a French size 36 to 38. Also, I really do not enjoy clothes shopping, so I have a tendency to use my clothes until they are threadbare. And so I begrudgingly had to get rid of everything that was starting to develop holes in them or just look really worn. So that just left a massive deficit in my wardrobe. I have a lot of empty space in my closet, which is not something that you hear New Yorkers say often. I really do need some clothes, but I'm only interested in buying good quality, well-fitting clothes irregardless of the price. So I'd say if you were between a size 34 and 38 and you like Hermes ready to wear, then you were in luck with this sale because it was 70% off. You heard that right, 70. Pretty much everything else in the sale was 50% off, but men's and women's ready to wear was 70% off. So just like the sale last year, I went in with a pretty specific budget in mind. And here's how and why I came up with my budget. The last items that I bought from the Hermes boutique were 2 summer dresses that I bought very early in the summer. At that time, I tried on a short-sleeved Twilane sweater. Now, this particular type of Hermes ready to wear is not popular on social media, but it is a style that I've seen on so many women in person at Hermes stores when I'm shopping, and it always looks incredible. I've seen it on more mature women, but more recently, I've seen it on so many younger women who have styled these these sweaters to perfection. And they're always in store, but I'll be really honest with you, they are completely unremarkable on the hanger, but the fit is incredible. It has a really nice, loose but not baggy, body skimming, flattering shape. The prints are made out of Hermes silks, and if you know anything about how Hermes scarves are created, you will know how much work goes into making one of these sweaters, and they are expensive. So since I happened to be in the store anyway trying on those dresses, I thought, let me just try on one of these Twilane sweaters just to see if it suits me, and I loved it. I don't think I can find a picture of the exact one that I tried on. It was in a blue beige cream colorway. I don't remember the scarf pattern. It was around $2,600 to $2,800, and I'll pop a picture on the screen of a Twilane sweater in a similar price point. But I fell in love with the way the silk draped and just how it made me feel. And so even though I didn't get it that day, I just did not want to spend that much money. I decided that I would put it on my 2023 wish list, and if there was only one ready-to-wear piece that I bought next year, it would be one of these Twilane sweaters. And I didn't mind waiting because it wasn't the pattern of the sweater that I really loved. It was more about the fit and the colorway. So I didn't feel like I needed to get that exact one. So my idea for this sale is that I would take the money that I was going to spend on that sweater and put that towards ready-to-wear pieces at the sale. Now, if you're interested in building a profile to get a bag, then this is probably not what you want to do. It's probably best to just buy the one piece at the store. But you guys may know, at this point, I am really happy with my Hermes bag collection. Of course, there are endless Hermes bags that I love the look of, but in reality, there are only maybe a couple more that I would actually want to own. I'm at the point where if I don't buy any more Hermes bags, I'm really content. So with that being said, I'm not concerned about building my profile at the boutique in order to be offered bags. Not that I've ever really had that concern, but you get what I mean. So this sale was right up my alley. But as I said, if you were interested in shoes outside of Oran's and Oasis sandals, you were probably going to be disappointed. They did have the jumping boots in my size, which I tried on, and they were horrendously uncomfortable. And that was also something that I was thinking about putting on my wish list next year, and that is now a hard no. They had jewelry. I didn't even go look at it. I don't think they had much else for home other than a bunch of blankets, but again, wasn't interested, didn't even look at them. My focus was ready to wear, and that's where I spent 90% of my time. Before I show you the ready to wear, let's look at a few other bits that I picked up. I got 2 silk scarves, one for me and one as a Christmas gift for my best friend who collects scarves and shawls, not necessarily from Hermes, but I think she has a couple of Hermes scarves already. She's a world traveler and she collects them from every and anywhere around the world. And when I left that sale last year and realized that I didn't get her a scarf, I felt so guilty. So this year I got myself one and I got her one as well. So this is the one that I got myself. I usually don't like silk scarves, but this is one of their washable scarves that has a completely different texture, and I love the way that it drapes. Pretty neutral blue, white, and gold tones. I think this would look lovely paired with my gold Birkin. And this was $247.50. And this is what it's called. And this is the scarf that I got for my best friend. She is not nearly as neutral as I am. She loves bright, vibrant colors. There are lots of pinks, reds, blues, right up her alley. And both these scarves are 100% silk. And here's the name of this scarf, and it was $240. So next up is this wool cap, pretty standard Hermes baseball cap. I got one last year at the sale. Has a subtle little H in the corner. I don't see the price on this, but from memory, it was around $200. This is technically men's, but of course it's unisex. So let's discuss the mistake that I made last year. These are a pair of black studded Oran sandals that I got in anticipation of getting a Black Kelly 25 Cellier with palladium hardware, which if you watch my channel, you know that I finally got. And so these are the perfect sandals for that bag, but I got it in the wrong size last year. I tried them on at the sale. They seem to fit many months went by, the summer came back around. I wanted to wear them for the first time with my Kelly. I put them on and they were too small. However, I love them so much that I didn't sell them. I guess I was hoping for divine intervention and my feet somehow shrinking. And since then, I've never worn them, just could not bear to sell them. But you will be happy to know that I was able to correct my mistake, and they had these sandals again, and this time I was able to get them in my exact size. So here they are, just in a size 37. So they were $410 as opposed to $405 last year, and I can finally get rid of the ones that don't fit. So let's move on to ready to wear, but stick with the theme of mistakes that I've made at Hermes sales. So this first item is a golf cardigan, and it's one of the pieces that I was looking forward to wearing the most until I got home and realized that I bought the wrong size. I initially tried this on in a size 38, which was lovely. It fit fine, loose like it's supposed to, but not the oversized slouchy look that I was looking for. I didn't want it to fit like a regular cardigan. I wanted an oversized slouchy look, so when I'm wearing a black fitted dress or black t-shirt and jeans with high riding boots, I could have this really cool looking luxurious cardigan over it. I looked for a size 40, I could not find it, so I put it back. I later went back to the fitting room to try on a couple more pieces, and I saw that they had a size 40 and 42 in this cardigan on a rack, so I tried them both on, and the 40 gave me the perfect amount of slouch that I was looking for. The 42 fit okay, but I found it to be just slightly too baggy. When I got out of the fitting room, the security guard was right there telling me that my time was up and I needed to go pay, and so I quickly put back what I thought was the 42, but instead I put back the 40, and so this is the size 42, which is too big. I can still wear it, but I cannot believe that I made that mistake. It seems like with these sales, I always seem to make at least one big mistake, but it is very luxurious. It's made mostly out of silk and some cotton. I don't remember the prices offhand, so I will put the original prices and the sale prices somewhere on the screen for all of these ready-to-wear items. I am just kicking myself for getting the wrong size. With the exception of perhaps one item, I have seen all of these ready-to-wear pieces in store and really liked, but of course the pricing is prohibitive. Next up is this H Lift silk cotton sweater. It has a subtle H embroidered pattern throughout. It's very hard to see. I'll film some close-ups so you can see the pattern. It fits beautifully. Next is something that I'm so happy that I was able to get at the sale. It's a Twilane short sleeve sweater or tunic. It's made from a 140 centimeter silk scarf, and the color is Vert Emerald. I really love this color, and as I said previously about these Twilane sweaters, for me it is all about the color and most especially the fit. So this one is 100% silk, and I love the fit of this piece. And this is one of those really expensive pieces that I really wanted, but I'm so happy that I didn't have to pay full price. Next up is the satin underside V-neck silk blouse. Now I know this is not autumn winter, but there was only one left in this color, and it looked so luxurious on the hanger, and when I tried it on, the drape, the feel was divine, and I was sold. This will look so good tucked into a skirt or wide leg trousers. It's just a really versatile, lovely layering piece. A lot of the things that I got at this sale were what I would consider to be elevated luxe basics that I wasn't expecting to be included in the sale. Or if they were, I was expecting really loud colors that perhaps I would love in an accessory, but not necessarily in ready to wear. So here are some close-ups so you can really see the quality of the fabric. Over the years, I've had quite a few silk shirts, but none of them feel or fit like this. So next up is the cashmere silk cable stitch H cardigan. I love this dark green color. I really like the cool stitch work in the pattern. It is so soft and lovely on the skin. One random note, I really love these buttons. I don't think I've ever noticed how nice the buttons are on Hermes ready to wear. They do say Hermes Paris, but it's so subtle that I never noticed that on pieces with buttons that I looked at in the store. It was only until I got these pieces home that I could really see the quality of the buttons. I know I'm not alone here. I'm sure many of you are also into these little luxury details as well. This is definitely another piece that I've seen in the store, I've looked at, but the price tag definitely gave me pause. But at 70% off, I was happy to snatch it up. Last but not least is this sweatshirt. It's just called a jogging cotton zipped hooded sweatshirt. This is actually a men's sweatshirt, but in the size extra small. It fits me like a woman's medium, which is what I would want in a sweatshirt, something slightly baggy. This is really nice, thick cotton. The zippers are metal. There's zero plastic involved. I love the stripe detail on the sleeves. The price on this was very good. It's essentially around the same price as some of the nicer Adidas sweatshirts. So this is a really fun piece, but also a fantastic deal. One random note, I really like that I was given my hangers for the pieces that require hanging. So even though you miss out on many of the luxury details when you buy from a sale, like boxes and ribbons and bags, etc., which at this point I don't really care about. They're not the wooden hangers from the store, but I still really like them. So I was very pleased that they were offered. Let me know what you think of all the items that I got at the Hermes private sale. I did a little calculation, and when I added up how much I paid for all of my ready-to-wear pieces, it's about the same price that I would have paid for the one Twilane short sleeve sweater from the boutique. So I'm curious, if you guys are like me and you have a limited luxury budget, would you have gone the same route that I did and bought these items at the sale, or would you have taken that money and bought that one item at the boutique? Last year, because the time was so limited, I didn't even go into the ready-to-wear section, but this year I'm really happy with the items that I got, because not only do I think I got some really great deals, but they're also fulfilling a need that I have in my wardrobe right now. Let me know if any of you guys went to the Hermes private sale and what you got. And thank you again to my fellow fan of Hermes for the +1 invitation. And thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel. That would make my day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.